What's going on, guys? Welcome to a video on Target React Force. This is a brand new VR game that is available over on Steam. It is a CQB simulation, and it's I think it's $12, and I think it's worth the $12. I think it's worth it to support this single developer. Pretty interesting experience. The way the game works: you spawn in, you run through a quick little tutorial, you get kitted out as a result of that tutorial. You can see here I've got an M4 on my front, a Glock in a Kydex holster on my hip, and then I've got Glock mags, M4 mags, and flashbangs. There's two different game modes. You can either play in a live mode, which will spawn you into a shoot house with real targets, civilians, and so shoot and no shoot targets, and they will actually fight you. And you can crank up the difficulty, you can randomize the target layout and the threat layout, and then there's this training space over here. So let's say I want to come in here and I want to choose a specific layout that I want to run. Today I'm going to just start on layout number 1, and I select it. You hear that sound, the shoot house is reconfiguring into layout 1. And then the threat pattern in layout 1 is going to be completely random every single time. We don't know exactly what we're going to get. Before you actually go in and execute, you can come over here, you see what layout 1 looks like, and you can plan out your entire assault. So the exit is that little green sign over there. The entrance is right here. If I grab my pen, I can start tracing out how I might want to go about this if I can actually pick it up. My one drawback to this game that I've seen so far is that the hands are a little funky. I'm not a huge fan of the way you grip the weapon, and I'm having some issues interacting from time to time. It's just not as smooth. It's a single dev building a VR project by himself. I'm not going to complain about it too much. I think it is still worth the money. But bottom line, so we're going to come over here. We're going to clear this initial room, work internal. I'm not going to bang anything quite yet. We're going to get to a weird, see, that's what I mean by the hand interact thing. We're going to get to a weird little kind of catty corner here. I'm going to pie here, I'm going to pie here, and then I'm going to shoot this gap clear long. I'm hoping that this door is going to be closed so that I'm able to work this corner fed room. At that point, I'm going to start working bangs into here, and so I can actually take a little flashbang marker, throw it in there just to signify, hey, I am going to plan to bang that room. And I can even take my little icons and show how I'm going to pie off each one of these little doors if I wanted to. Imagine if this was co-op, dude. And imagine if you had these planning tools in a cooperative game mode. How freaking sick would that be? So you could actually like talk through the geometry of a clear. So you get the idea here. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. This is really just an intro video so you guys see kind of what's available in this game. You can come in here and erase stuff that you don't like. And if you want to just kind of restart from scratch, you can come over here, clear the whole whiteboard, and it'll get all of the marker off the whiteboard. You can clear the troops out, clear icons out. You can even set, hey, you know, which room are we going to clear first, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Pretty freaking cool planning feature. Once you've done all of your planning and you're happy with it, you can come over here to the training area. If you haven't already kitted yourself out, you can kit yourself out here, push a button, and you get flashbangs. I wish I had one of those in my house. You have your Glock ammo, your MP5 ammo. The M4 that I grabbed, you can grab a suppressor and a little RMR lookalike clone thing and throw it on there, which I've done. And yeah, you get the idea. There's an AK over here as well. AK has a can and a red dot and ammo. So yeah, pretty cool. Weapons handling wise, you know, it's a little janky, but it works. It actually has a safety on it as well. So if you look at it, I can actually cycle it from safe to semi to burst to full auto, which is a weird, you know, variety of options. But hey, so be it. And so that's kind of cool. I've been leaving it on semi just because this is the B button, which I'm not used to. So I've just leave it on semi. If it was as intuitive as switching from safe to semi with an actual selector switch, you know, like in real life, I think I would probably be using it that way. I'll run through this real hectically so we can go over to the live side and you guys can see what it looks like under live conditions. I want to take this can off. Yeah, this thing, it makes the gun so dang long. Just push it over here for now. All right, so we said we're going to work this first area, try to stay quiet, and then not bang until we finish clearing everything that's open on the right. We'll see how that goes. Physics on the door are pretty good. See, that's what I mean, these dang grips. The dang grip. All right, here we go. Remember, the threat patterns are going to look different every time, so I have not seen the threat patterns. This is an open breach here. I am going to work right first. I have a closed breach left. No factor. See, now we're at a crossroads. Do I take the open thread or do I work the closed door to my left? If I have a team, I would hold this and clear that. I don't have a team, it's just me. For that reason, I'm going to push long, clear this from external if I can. I'm going to keep working this. Alright, now I'm going to fall back. I like how even under like the training mode, the targets have some physics to them. So you end up getting target feedback. They'll still fall over on you. What I don't like is I don't think there's no shoot targets in training. I might be wrong. Is there a door stop on there? You see that? Oh, that's from a previous run. There's a bang in the door. This is a disaster of a room. Should have banged it. We were already compromised. We talked about banging it in the plan. Didn't do it. And there's gun collision. So if you don't like get your gun down or up coming around walls, they get hung. You see that? So if you're not watching muzzle orientation and short stocking the weapon where appropriate, you pay for it. I'm tempted to work along over here first because it's open space. If these doors open, I would hear it. Exit. Alright, so just these rooms over here. Alright, let's talk about bangs real quick. So you can either pull the pin with your hand. To do that obviously takes two hands, not ideal with one player. You can also do it with your teeth, which is fake as hell, but it is practical in this game. So pull that out by getting it close to my face. I can then bang the room. Pretty sweet. Look at these shit shots. Look at that. Look how low that is. Get in the box, my dude. Get in the box. Look at that weak ass marksmanship. We'll work on it, boys. We'll do that again because we've got the bangs for it. Clear. And we'll go ahead and head out. Run over to the live area so you guys can see what it looks like with real targets, people trying to hurt you. What I don't like so far about the live area is that the AI are bullet sponges. And maybe that's just bad marksmanship on my end. Maybe I'm just not shooting them in the face like I should. But that's been my biggest complaint so far. It is pretty cool to, choose the different layouts and you come back into this room and this whole place looks completely different. You get a new kind of run through the shoot house every time, which I think is really, really unique. It gives a lot of replayability. As a training tool, I hesitate to say games and training a lot of times because games are for fun, training is training. But I do think there's potential here. I really do. And I think it's because, if you have someone who knows what they're doing, watching the way that you're interacting with the environment, watching how you plan, how you think, there's inherently value to that. And I think it's something that you can certainly, do just to get reps and through critical thinking of these kind of tactical situations. In that situation, should I pie the corner, take the corner hard? Do I bang this room? Do I not bang this room? Do I push the threat? Do I hold the corner? Like all those decisions require, tactical decision-making exercises to gain proficiency in. And the only way to do that is doing reps. We can't all go out and do force on force every weekend or go get in a gunfight. So this is kind of one of those options that is valuable. I think you could also learn bad habits if you're not being real careful with how you go about doing this stuff. But I think you can learn some good habits as well. I do. I think the game needs some tuning so that you're interacting with the environment more fluidly. I think there's some problems with the way that you interact with the weapons especially, but all in all, not a terrible experience. So over on the live side now, it looks the same planning room, same layout. I'm going to keep layout 1. The threats are going to be on all different locations. I'm going to leave the bad guys on 0 for now, just so you guys can see how they behave on their easiest setting. And because they seem to take like 5 rounds to put down. Anyway, and come over to the live area. It all still looks the same. Interesting that like my bangs and stuff from previous runs are still out there. I wonder if I need to refresh the room. I'm going to do that. So if you do need to refresh the room, just so boom. Wall goes down. And here we go. We should have a fresh room now with new threats inside. Remember, they're all in different locations. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing live. I do think I'm going to lead with a bang, just because you know how complicated this first room was initially. Yep, the throwing is kind of weak. I'll hold it, see if they push me. I think I fired 10 rounds. Yep. It's a no shoot. Shoot right on top of him. Glad I banged it. So I worked that open threat first. Yeah, reloading. Also a disaster. It's okay. Got some tinnitus. I don't know if that's like me, real world tinnitus, or the game. I've only got 1 bang left. I'm going to save it. I think he tagged me once. Alright, pushing long. 1 bang left. 2 mags left. No shoot. Ellen DeGeneres over here. I was running the rabbit there thinking that it opened up to the left because I didn't want her to get caught in the crossfire, or him. Yeah. I'll let you guys vote down on that one. So closed doors here. I'm going to work this one because it's more advantageous as far as where the door handle and the hinge is placed. Put myself over there on that door handle. Just leave my back exposed, which I don't like. This opens up quite a bit. There's still dead space to my left. Yeah, I do appreciate having to move the weapon around door frames and stuff like that. The collision is actually pretty good. Clear. All right, there you go, boys. So highly advise, if this is something that you guys are interested in, if you're a gun nerd, if you like to be able to train a little bit, this isn't a terrible way to do it. There's some other games out there that allow you to do it. Onward's kind of an opportunity. There's a few other kind of shooters. Those are definitely games, though. I don't think this is a game. I do think this is a sim. There is no valuable gameplay loop. There is no incentive to play it over and over again other than, to get the reps, to participate in the experience. and enjoy it for what it is. So if it looks interesting to you, this is what it is. You see what you get, 12 bucks. Go ahead and check it out over on the Steam store. I'll drop a link down in the description. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm Controlled Pairs, and I'll see you guys in the next one.